and welcome back to the channel, and we've got another World Cup course to play, and this is, I believe, our last one other than one playthrough which I'll do off stream or ease, at least for the moment. And this is ChrizZcE's Isfjord Links, which is kind of based in Alaska and unfortunately ends up in the exact same group as the other person who did the same idea, which is Matty from Canada. So happens. We can go with pin 2. We've gone fairways extremely firm. I always have a big note of caution about this just because I think it plays really hard in game. Like, I love having extremely firm fairways. I'm just cautious about it because it came in halfway, well, more than halfway through. Like, let's call it 3/4 of the way through the design window. And I feel like you have to have courses that were totally designed for this for it not to feel gimmicky and like awkward. Anyway, this looks cool, and the icebergs in the backdrop look amazing. So looking forward to this one. I think environmentally, ChrizZcE has just gotten better and better and better. He started out in kind of that baby Arctic Fury mode, and my goodness, he has gone way beyond that and does some really, really awesome stuff. And he's retained all of that skill for framing and unique environment creation, but started adding like really good hole designs and cool concepts to it. And look at this. What a plot. And like, these are so well done. So that must be what, a blend of the bedrock and whatever subsoil A he chose. These are really cool. Oh man, I just hope the golf lives up to this. This is unreal. We're not playing Manzanita. Why are you saying that, Stream Elements? Look, jeez. I kind of anticipated we'd get a Lafont, and I didn't expect we'd get this. This is so cool. Yeah, if the golf lives up to this, we are. Yeah, no, the Valderrama one was awesome. He's done, and his Mike Strantz one in National Treasure was amazing. Like, that's his best, I think. This is cool. He's used a city building for it. Clever. And then these icebergs are out there as well. What have we done for these? So that's the white, yeah, that's the white sand for the subsoil, which would be what's at the top of the mountains as well. But like, just how they're shaped and things. Lots of people could have the idea for this. I don't think anyone could pull it off this well. Oh, I'm really like, ooh, we've got a different. Oh, so maybe that's not his subsoil. Maybe that's B. Yeah, and then we've got a mulch thing here. That's a cart path. And this is his A. Icebergs are a really neat touch. Little bushes work really well. I'm not in love with the heavy rough color, like next to the fairways. That just looks a little odd. Could be light rough. Doesn't look like it from up here. That's not a light rough texture. That's a subsoil. Right. Well, now that's set the bar nice and high. My only concern is I've noticed we've gone bunkerless, which does make sense, but bunkerless is, as mentioned on previous playthroughs, is so difficult and hamstrings yourself in a couple of ways. This is cool. Nice clubhouse. We've done the steam trick. Oh, and it's got a million bushes planted on top of it. Huh. Well, if nothing else, this has the best environment, possibly in the contest. Maybe Scottish's Barranca. But like, as a whole environment, hard to beat. Okay. So downhill, we know we're playing extremely firm. We've got a green that is side on and okay, so short par 5 given the elevation, but it's going to reject absolutely everything. Awesome looking first tee shot, like all the detail work. Lighting maybe a touch blinding, but oh, we're going to end up in the heavy rough, aren't we? gotten okay. Oh, I didn't look at the wind. Okay. I think we aim out here. Oh, it could be good. It's a fun approach because you do feel like you have. I mean, the winds really help me for that angle, but you do feel you have to play that properly into that green. It's a very gentle opening par 5. I am slightly worried about the bunkerless because I really, really want this to be good. This looks like a good hole. Little rock pile. Love the green site. I just adore all of this. Done so well. There's little bits of grasses, just, geez, yeah. Okay. I would probably start your fairway a little bit further back, but it's fine. And actually, for the extremely firm, the fairways have been absolutely fine. So that's good news. But we do have some sort of bunkers. Little red stakes behind. I got very scared of pulling that left. On feed down. Nah, not quite from there. I'm just chuckling at how good the environment is. So neat. Even like the little grasses are done really well. Five, 4, 4, 5 start. Love it. Love this drive. So blind through the dunes looks really cool. Aside from 16, I'll look forward to that one. Also, hey JC. Yeah, I like that if you're driving, you've got to bear in mind this. You could potentially get there downwind. I want to lay back. Utterly blind in multiple senses. Okay, giving myself a great angle to attack this pin. Should be able to throw it past though. Oh, that's going to be good. Watch it go. Oof. Backspin with your buddies. Fun overhead camera. Yeah, the topsoil choice is really good as well. I do think that clashing with the heavy rough is probably like, it's maybe just from the overheads. Like this transition is difficult, but I don't see a way you could manage that any better. I mean, another awesome look off the tee. And strategically, this one holds up. Like you want to go left, hug the angle. I'd have probably allowed a bit more space out right, like let people hang themselves and play this way and leave a tough approach shot. I think this should kick me left. Nice friendly bounce, put people into a good position. Go forwards. Needs to just creep on. Ah, even that's too much. Tricky, that really flew. Oh, completely shoved that. That's all right. I mean, through 4 holes, awesome. not just because of the way I'm scoring, but just like it's really fitting the environment. A really good par 3 setting, really good par 3 green. Yeah, super nice. This pin's going to be an absolute bastard. I think I've probably got the one of the easiest ones. Oh, it's a terrible miss. Kick left hard. Yeah, never going to be hard enough. No, there's some really tough ones on there. That front left one's nasty. Yeah. Joe G used to be really good at doing those. Okay. Very cool so far. Yeah, me too. He popped up in the thread recently. I did send him a message with an invite to this, but I never got a reply. I think he's just moved on to other things, sadly. Cool for him, but shame for us. I like this mound in front is kind of old course reminiscent. Right. Like four on the old course makes me think of this. So there's no real way around it. Maybe we can feed something in. Shoves the ball way right. Oh yeah. Oh, where's the cue ball going? Take that. Way better than it deserved. Like this is the sort of stuff you wouldn't have been doing it 3 years ago. You wouldn't have been thinking about like those sorts of kicker slopes and helping people out, and like it's really cool that you are. I did, but that's not why I was saying it. Okay. That's a tough par 3. I don't know if you needed this one just a couple of the little flight of birds. Jeez. I wish I knew how to do that. They only ever follow each other on mine. That's very cool. Watch them come around again. Love. A stupid thing to like that much. Yeah, I don't know if we needed this directly after the punch bowling one, but I guess that was short. Kind of like that you've gone for this. Oh, oh. Through the back. Tough par 3, which you've given us some easier ones. So, yeah, nice balance. Ooh, it's a lovely chip. He does, he does. I mean, through 7 holes, very strong. This, wait a second, this group is rough. So this is Matty's Baffin Inlet, great. Scottish's Los Solanas Valley, great. This, great so far. Aberlady Castle, bonkers. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on. I kind of wish you'd made this. I would have loved if you'd made this fairway. Like, don't just give us here or here. Like, give us all of the spectrum of options. Really like the big false front. I think sculpting wise, we can probably do a bit more around this side. And like this isn't quite as good as that second green site, although the terrain painting work around here looks awesome. We're going to play 3 wood and hopefully bounce down. There's a lot of fun shots out here. Yeah, I think this green it's either just a little bit too jacked up, or it's kind of, there's something with the land movement here that's not quite right. So like I would probably be dipping down sides a bit more. Just needs a little bit more definition, I would say. I also wouldn't be averse to it not being raised and just like make it kind of an island green out on this precipice. 116, up 16. Go with that. Just somewhere on the green. That will do. It is, but equally it's a wedge shot in, so it works. I've got to be honest, I was always going to be impressed by the environment. Part of why I wanted to leave this one to last. I'm so far genuinely impressed by the golf. It's not hyper strategic, but it is really fun. Would you ever lay up? This one feels like you're kind of forcing the decision. I think if you could have carried on the fairway a bit more this side, made the angle worse, that would have worked better. I just don't think anyone's taking 2-iron and squeezing it into that narrow neck of fairway. Because if you're taking that on, you may as well just take on the drive, right? Which therefore means if you can't carry it, it's really severe. Oh, and it's uphill 40, and it's... Yeah, I think this is the first one where I'm kind of questioning the whole design a bit more. Come on, wind. Bring us back. That looks like it's going to get a massive bounce left. Very cool green side, though. I think the other thing I'd have probably looked to do to just make this a touch more friendly, just gives a bit more fairway around the edges and make it a bit flatter. Like if you'd had fairway round kind of where your heavy rough is and that will be flatter, this would work really nicely. I could see it as a short 5 and then you could up the severity as well. I think it works as a long 4, but it is a step up in difficulty. But yeah, first slight miss, I'd say. This is nice. Good green. A little blinding. I'm not going to have any fun judging this group. Like, all 4 are awesome, and it sucks when it's difficult. I think as a par 5, this one could use a little more danger. It's just a whack it up close kind of job. There's nothing... There's no thought on that second shot. Which just makes it kind of a never eagle auto birdie hole, at least for me. And like I get some people will be able to reach with driver off the deck, but I think there should still be a bit more danger. And equally, what we're really trying to do is make that hole interesting and playable and challenging for all levels of golfer. So how can you stagger your hazards at different distances, etc. Okay. Just, it looks so good. And I can kind of look past a few like less interesting hole designs when the environment's this damn good. This is a cool green though. I do think you could have, if you're going bunkerless, you've done really well so far. I would be going a bit more adventurous with your green contouring and green sights. I just think you have to really play hard with contours and things like that if you're taking bunkers out of the equation. Hold up. Oh, this is done really well. because this is also so hard to do. I'm not going to look too closely because there will be bits. That is so impressive. And it's not even like you only catch a little glimpse of it. Like, that's dedication. And so when I've been mentioning on a couple of previous playthroughs about take the 4 months you have, like you look at people doing this, like that's what the 4 months is for. That camera is gorgeous. Jeez. Like, so good. Okay. This is the first hole I don't really like, I'm afraid. And it's not far off, but in this wind, we can't really make this carry. This is not an option for anyone. And so we're playing back to here. And then we're looking at 220, blind. Nope. I love the way it looks. I think you need to think about what if people can't make this carry? Then what? If we look at the green, you have given us a lot of space around it, so you've done that well. I just think suddenly everything's working against us because I just can't make that. I don't think, anyway. Give it a go. Uh-oh. Ironically, I possibly could have done if I got the direction right. Again. Oh, now it's up to 9. That's better. Yeah. And so then we start seeing how we're trying to play out of heavy rough up to here. It's got to be a 2. Maybe a... Yeah, it's got to be a 2. Well, and I mean, one super positive is you've given us a generous green and area. Just that tee shot. Right? And it's partly also because the start of the fairway was some 220, 230 away. And that then pushes this. Like from the white tees, this would play brilliantly. And if not, I mean, I still think that this is a touch gimmicky. It would play better. No. Terrible push. The 6 is deserved. But, ooh. Okay. Well, this is wild. So like, you're never playing down here. You do have space to play way up, though. So good. Oh, come off there. Oh, and it does. Looks great, doesn't it? Love that little camera too. Yeah. Okay. Playing uphill, kind of simpler green. I think I'm probably just taking 3 wood here. This is, I would say, a weaker hole. Not got some interesting landforms in the fairway. I think the green could do a bit more. Just do something mental with the green. I think bunkerless also lends you a lot of freedom to go absolutely wild around the greens and do really bold stuff. It is, yeah, I think so. 3-4-3-4 finish. Interesting. So here's our 3. I love the little boat out there. I like the idea. I think this one can be a little better executed. Probably just needs a bit more space. Like fairway short, probably around here. And I probably wouldn't do the narrow angled green on this one, given the amount of elevation you're working with. I think it requires you to be on a long downhill hole. You probably want quite a receptive green to allow for people not quite getting the elevation change right. Whereas this green shape is very exacting on approach distance. Well, we're going to go way left into that pit of doom. Oh. Hey. I did say do some wild things with the green, to be fair. I brought this on myself. Should have bounced off the mountain. 10. 10. My fault. Okay. That's 6 under. So good. This bit. This whole right side of this hole. Wow. The hole itself. Yeah. Done the rabbit template again, haven't we? The hole itself kind of it exists. Like, it's drivable. I think you could have put a better golf hole here. And I don't think you need to do the split fairway either side of this. This just needed to be a simple golf hole with the green somewhere up here. Or even like you could put your green around here and just have it bending gently round here. Make it a par 5. You've done so like this half of the image is unreal though. Right, best look in the contest. That beats the Barranca. Sorry, Scottish. Unreal. I can see the river from here. I've zoomed around it a little bit earlier. It just seems a shame that that's a just smash driver down a dead straight shoot hole. I I really want that hole to be. It doesn't need to be a crazy good hole though. Like that can be a. This hole is just in a very pretty place. Design. It just needs to not be hit driver dead straight. Even if I end up 3-putting. Awesome. Great look. Oh yeah, JC did say 16. I think that's what he was referring to as well. This is a great look. See, this is super simple as well. I would rather the green didn't do this. Like, just bring it there. But like, man, the grasses and everything, like, you've done so well to build up and get us to the point for this view and then just reveal it now. Like, from a routing perspective, just class. Yeah, somewhere on the green. Yeah, see what Trey said. Old. Didn't hold. I forgot there's a driving range. That's silly. Oh, blind tee shot to finish. One last look over the fit. Yeah, nicely done. There's a lot of Sindre to this plot on routing in like a really good way. Uh-oh. Be lucky. Not lucky. Ooh. I don't know if I'd have done this on a long par 4. How long is it? 485. I mean, I guess I've missed a very easy fairway. I still think I'd rather not send people off with this. If there's a long one, a long hole, I would try to allow a bit more ground game approach. To be honest, keep this feature. Just push the green back a little bit, maybe, so there's more fairway over it. But we are not going for that. That's bait. Instead, we're going to leave ourselves with a stupidly impossible pitch shot. Or I could play the long flop, which is definitely a shot that exists in real life. Get up. No. Come back, please. Not cover myself in glory on this hole. Disappointing. It was at 4 under after a pretty woeful run in. Right. That's got so much going for it. I'm so glad I left this one for last. Right. Your golf has gotten better and better with every course you've built, and I was really worried about the bunkerless nature. I don't think that hurt it too much. I think there's a couple of times, like, bunkers would not have made that course better. I think there's a couple of times where I might have tweaked hole designs, and I think the one thing I would have done would have been to get a bit more funky with green sights and green contouring, like where you put them, and just make the land movement a bit more, like, do stupid stuff with that and then find a way to make it work. But damn, it did not need bunkers. I thought it was really cool. I thought it played really interestingly. The visuals more like, this is just a great example of a course where the environment complements the course rather than being the course. Like, we see a ton of people making very pretty stuff, but like having a pretty dreadful course on top of it. This is a good course that is elevated to a great course by an outstanding environment. And yeah, as Trey said, like, I wholeheartedly agree with that. It's utterly immersive, done so well, totally unique. Just class. Which leaves me with the horrible choice. Like, me and 2 other judges had to work out which 2 go through from this: Baffin Inlet, Solanus Valley, Aberlady Castle, and 2 of those that go home are going to be rightly gutted because they would probably top any other group. Maybe not any other group, but a number of other groups. It's just, this is the group of death, I would say. This and Group C is also rough. So yeah, has there been any better in previous games? In terms of environments, yes. Just look at Golf Wolf stuff. Like, Frankston Heath at the time was incredible. I'm forgetting what he did on 17. Marv, the planting was unreal. There have been others. Lost Preserve was the obvious as well. Like, his back catalogue, and Scottish Nails, his Barrancas and other stuff. Like, his Heathland one was great. Like, there have been a fair few, but this, in terms of blending fantasy and real life, Wingspread as well, yes, thank you. Wingspread Perry was Scottish's, was great. But in terms of breeding, like, making a fantasy course play kind of realistic whilst not being a rip-off of Lofoten, like, this gets tons of credit for that. Now, in terms of the golf holes, how many do I immediately recall? I guess that would be my question, is like, I'm remembering the environment. Can I remember, like, specific golf holes as much, or like really cool shots? Not quite so much, but like, there's a bunch of good stuff on there, and I really enjoyed it and will enjoy follow-up plays, and I will absolutely hate splitting those, like, particularly the top 3 in that group. I will find a nightmare. So I'm hoping that the other 2 judges make my life a bit easier. So anyway, this has been a blast. That's all of the courses for the World Cup done, other than one video which I'm going to send separately. Thank you so much to those of you who have followed along with any and all of these playthroughs. So judges have a deadline of a week today for for their judging. For the groups, it may typically take a couple of days for me to chase those who've like just gotten busy or what have you. But I'll hopefully do a group results stream after that, and then we'll go through round of 16 quarters and then probably semis and finals. So yeah, keep posted, and yeah, thank you for watching along. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Do let us know how you found the courses, which ones you like, etc.